Hey there, I'm Stan Stalnaker with Hub Culture here in Monaco at the Transition Forum. Joining me now is Alexandra Wandel from the World Future Council. Sounds very cool because anything about the future I'm into. Tell me a little bit about the World Future Council and the work that you guys are doing around powering a transition to a cleaner economy.
Yes, so World Future Council was set up in 2007 and our mission is to pass on a healthy planet and peaceful societies to future generations. And we do that by identifying, researching, and then spreading awareness about exemplary policies. Could be best practices that exist already in a city or that exist in a specific country. And so we are tackling specifically issues such as climate change, biodiversity loss, but also to have really the interests of future generations enshrined in policymaking.
So this is almost like a lobby for the future, for future generations, right? An advocate for people who can't really speak themselves to look out for their interests.
That is the case, because if a baby is born today, it doesn't really have a lobby. You know, the children are not represented in politics, and so therefore, World Future Council was set up to be a spokesperson for the rights of future generations. And that's why we always argue that whenever a decision is taken, it should be taken into consideration what the impacts are for our children and our grandchildren.
So what does that mean when the rubber hits the road? Like, how do you actually turn a pretty lofty idea into a real action? Like,
Yes.
How do you guys actually deliver on that promise?
Yeah, so we have an international award, it's a Future Policy Award. We do an international call for nominations, and then we award future just policies that are really innovative and that are really benefiting people and nature. And we have found some extraordinary positive examples from around the world. So we found the world's best biodiversity policy, for instance, in Costa Rica, or we found the world's best forest policy in Rwanda, or now recently we also have found very good policies on sustainable agriculture.
Wow, very interesting. We should talk about Propel, which is our liquid governance tool, where
Yes.
we should be taking these policies and working with you guys to digitize them so they can be shared in a kind of library.
Yes.
Are you guys doing a lot around the digital side of this to create standards or other, you mentioned best practices, but
Yes.
how do you pull this together so that you can actually do the sharing and the collaboration with these various stakeholders?
Yeah, I mean, we will work with social media. We do have films that we produce around these positive examples. And for instance, this year we work on youth empowerment. We have this year the topic is youth empowerment. We also look into digitalization. What are the impacts for the youth?
I feel like this is the year of the youth with Greta Thunberg, and there's so many youth voices. Somebody said to me a while ago that youth are the only ones left we can trust, because so many other foundations of trust have been eroded. Do you think that's true?
I think we can trust, of course, youth, but we can also trust and learn from, planetary wise people around the world. And we have now 1.8 young people on the planet, and there will be more and more young people on the planet with more population growth. So it is important to look into what young people have to say, what their views are, but also to look what will be their future, how we can really work also that they have a good future.
I think a lot of people feel like, hey, I want to do the right thing with climate, or I want to leave a better planet for my children, but everything is so big, the systems are so large, and it seems intractable. So do you guys have a strategy for engaging with individuals about how they can get involved with your organization?
Well, we are very happy, for people to follow us, to follow our activities, because we really share good news. Good news that usually you don't read about in the newspaper. And I think a lot of young people, in general, people are getting frustrated because the challenges are big, and politics can be frustrating, but we are providing positive stories. And so we're inviting people, just follow us, have a look on our social media, check out our newsletter. Maybe you can also we have a whole website what people can do to work with World Future Council as an individual as well.
And what's the website?
The website, worldfuturecouncil.org.
There you go, the worldfuturecouncil.org. Thank you so much, Alexandra, and great work you guys are doing. We have to have visions for progress and frameworks for progress. So thank you for the work you guys are doing to build those frameworks. Thank you. I'm Stan Stalnaker here in Monaco. You can find more discussions at hublive.tv.